two-wheel drive grid today here at round 4 of the BRCA Nationals at sunny Bury. Pole position driving for Team Associated. Big round of applause, Neil Cragg. Second place on the grid driving for Team Associated, Tommy Hall. Third place driving for X-Ray, Lee Martin. Fourth place driving for Schumacher, Luke Holdsworth. Fifth place also driving for Schumacher, Josh Holdsworth. Sixth place for Team Associated, Thomas Phipps. Seventh on the grid for Team Associated, Charlie Saunders. Eighth place also Team Associated, Jamie Hall. Ninth place for X-Ray, Holly Eldridge. And 10th place on the grid for Schumacher, Lewis Hopkins. That is your A-final grid for today. Well done all drivers. Track is open. Go for your warm-up, please. Over the loop and round and onto the grid, please. Do not go around for more than where the grid is.
What an absolutely stunning day. It has been 30 degrees for most of today. The track is dry and dusty, and lots of people have switched back to their bull diffs from gear diffs. Lots of people haven't. Probably is the thing to do. This is two-wheel drive A-final leg number 1 from round 3 of the 2025 BRCA 1/10 Offroad Nationals. Very glamorous spectators here today. I believe that's Josh Holdsworth's girlfriend. Thanks for coming, thanks for your support. Speaking of support, big thanks to our sponsors, who are Schumacher, Speedworks, Model Tune, Root Bits, FF Racing, SCMCS and RC Disco. Couldn't do it without them. Huge help to all of those. To me, if that makes any sense, which it doesn't, but you know what I mean. Neil Cragg, round number 4 with a mistake, managed to still take the round by 0.1. He threw it over the line into a barrel roll, just made by 0.1 of a second. Tommy Hall lined up second. Lee Martin third. Tommy very fast, has been making a couple of mistakes. You could say the same for Lee. Then we have the Holdsworth, both of them absolutely flying. If they can just do the 5-minute run without any errors, it'll make a huge difference.
Okay, so getting the camera sorted out, everything is ready to go. Okay, marshals at the ready. This is a final two-wheel drive, leg number 1. Best of luck, drivers. Here we go. So off and away we go. A final leg number 1, Neil Cragg. Right there in the mix during qualifying, been very close in the end. Neil Cragg took pole position by 1/100th of a second. That was the difference in the last round of qualifying, splitting Neil Cragg and Lee Martin. So it's Neil Cragg from Tommy Hall. Lee Martin, your top 3 as they went off the grid. And already Tommy Hall putting pressure to Neil Cragg down the main straight they go. Those two just try and pull away a little bit. Lee Martin try and go with them in the 3 spot. They come past race control now. Neil Cragg goes through. 4/10 of a second the gap to Tommy Hall. And then 3/10 back to Lee Martin. 7/10 covering the top 3. Then comes Luke Holdsworth and Josh Holdsworth. These two had very fast cars here during qualifying. Not quite had the verdict, but anything can happen in the finals. Down the straight they go. Neil Cragg, Tommy Hall right with him. Lee Martin. Luke Holdsworth and Josh Holdsworth, top 5. Mistake there from second place. Tommy Hall just gets caught there with the cars coming past him, so he drops about 3 or 4 positions. So it's Neil Cragg from Lee Martin up front. Luke Holdsworth right with Lee Martin in the 3. Josh Holdsworth 4, Tommy Hall back to 5. Then it's Thomas Phipps in the 6. So Cragg try and check out down the straight he goes from Lee Martin. We'll check him as they go this time through. 1 minute 30 approaching on the race clock already. Down the straight comes Neil Cragg from the race control. It's a 1.5 second lead over Lee Martin. Just 4 tenths back then is Luke Holdsworth. Josh Holdsworth and Tommy Hall round out your top 5. So Neil Cragg 1.5 seconds clear as they cross the line last time through. Great driving from these drivers. Down the main straight they go. Lee Martin looks a little bit closer as it is this time. We'll check them as they go through. Luke Holdsworth try and go with him as well. So Neil Cragg goes through 25.2, 24.8 for Lee Martin. Takes 4 tenths out of Neil Cragg. 1.1 now, the gap at the sharp end. Through the centre of the track they go. Round to the right through the chicane.
Race order after 2 minutes. 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 7, 10, 9, 8.
So length of the back straight covering the top 3 cars in this A final leg number 1. Neil Cragg goes through 24.8, 24.9 for Luke Holdsworth now into the 2 spot. Lee Martin's had a mistake, drops him to the 3. So Luke Holdsworth had some fantastic pace through qualifying. Can he bring it to Neil Cragg now in the final? Neil Cragg's lead is 2.3 seconds at half race distance, so still 2.5 minutes to go. Tommy Hall trying to catch up with Lee Martin there for the 3rd spot. Neil Cragg goes through 25.6, Luke Holdsworth 25.1. The gap's down to 1.8 seconds. So Luke takes half a second from Neil. Last time through, Lee Martin 1 second behind Luke Holdsworth, and Tommy Hall is just a couple of hundredths behind Lee Martin. Onto the back straight they go. The closest battle on track is for 3rd and 4th. And this is only leg number 1. 2 more legs still to come. Neil Cragg down the straight he goes, 25.05. Luke Holdsworth 25.04. So almost identical laps for the leaders. 1.8 seconds, still the lead for Neil Cragg at the sharp end. 1 minute 45 to go. Cragg onto the back straight once again. Here comes Luke Holdsworth. Length of the straight now, the lead for Neil Cragg. Tommy Hall still giving pressure to Lee Martin there in 3rd and 4th. All our focus is on the sharp end. 24.9 for Cragg, extends the lead to 2.1. Through the centre of the track comes the leader. Neil Cragg through the chicane. Here comes Luke Holdsworth, then Lee Martin, Tommy Hall. Top 4 broke away from the rest of the field. Charlie Saunders now running in the 5 spot. Neil Cragg down the straight he goes. Luke Holdsworth absolutely pushing on. 1 minute 10 seconds remaining on the master clock. Cragg goes through on a 25.3. 24.9 for Luke Holdsworth. Gap to 1.7 now at the sharp end.
Race order after 4 minutes. 1, 4, 3, 2, 7, 6, 10, 9, 8, 5. Leader on lap.
50 seconds to go. 5-0 seconds remaining. Luke Holdsworth coming onto the straight. He looks a little bit closer. It's going to be another couple of tenths probably in the favour of Luke. We'll check him as they go this time. 25.2 for Cragg, 24.9 for Luke Holdsworth. 1.3 now. The gap at the sharp end. 35 seconds to go. This lap and 1 more for the leaders. Neil Cragg going onto the back straight. 25 seconds remaining. So they're going to go through to start the final lap. You see the gap coming down as Cragg got it under control. Can Luke Holdsworth do anything about it? 1 second the gap onto the final lap they go. Cragg's on the pipe. Does Holdsworth almost side by side. Last half a lap to go. These guys absolutely on it. Oh, Luke's caught on the pipe. Neil Cragg got the breathing space he needs. Craggy can hold it on from there. I'm sure he's going to back it off. Luke still there in second. What a race. Leg number 1, give him a round of applause. Neil Cragg taking the victory. Luke Holdsworth second, Lee Martin 3rd, Tommy Hall 4. Charlie Saunders rounds out your top 5. So, what a race. 2 more legs still to come, unless anyone can wrap it up in leg number 2.
Well, Neil Cragg does the business. Now, what's interesting is that he is halfway to his 100th national win. He needs 1 more. That would be quite something. So here are the results. Some work is going to have to happen from Tommy Hall and Lee Martin to lock Neil Cragg out. Neil looked pretty, with the 1 mistake, but apart from that, he looked pretty on it. So it's bite your nails time. Join us shortly for leg 2.